We learn to budget, to save, to invest, to work hard. We hear phrases like live below your means or start investing early. And we follow those rules, thinking we're doing everything right. But somewhere along the way, a harsh truth hits. The rules alone don't guarantee security, freedom, or peace of mind. Most people don't see it coming until they're already stuck in a cycle they can't escape. Here's the thing. Money isn't just about numbers. It's about control, pressure, and invisible forces you rarely notice until it's too late. You may be saving diligently, but rising costs, housing, healthcare, education often outpace your effort. You may be investing wisely, but market swings, inflation, or unexpected events can erase years of progress in a moment. You may be disciplined, but life doesn't wait, and obligations pile up faster than any plan can adapt. The advice you trusted isn't wrong, it just doesn't prepare you for the realities of life. Think about it. How many people around you seem to work hard, follow the rules, and still feel like they're running in place? That feeling isn't laziness or lack of skill. It's the gap between what you're told about money and how the world actually works. And that gap grows silently, steadily, until you finally notice money isn't giving you freedom, it's giving you stress, pressure, responsibility that feels crushing. Even if your bank account is technically fine, the problem isn't your paycheck. It isn't your choices either. It's the system you operate in. Income growth has stagnated for decades while costs rise relentlessly. Safety nets are weaker, conditional, or confusing. Financial education is minimal, incomplete, and often delayed until it's almost irrelevant. And the consequences of that gap, they're emotional, not just practical. Anxiety, guilt, the constant background tension of wondering if you're doing enough, earning enough, saving enough, or planning enough. It doesn't matter how smart or disciplined you are, you can still feel trapped. Hear us what almost no one tells you. The secret isn't just earning more or cutting more. It is understanding where your real vulnerabilities are and addressing them before they collapse your sense of security. It's noticing that your safety net might be thinner than you thought, that your emergency fund, no matter how respectable, might not cover the stress of life's small disasters piling up at once, that your retirement plan assumes decades of stability you may never experience. These aren't fears to panic about, their realities to recognize early, before they surprise you. And the emotional side of money, that's what hits hardest. You may not feel the financial pressure directly at first, but it creeps in through decisions you didn't even realize were affecting you. Taking a lower paying job because it seems safer, delaying investments because the rules say wait, avoiding risks that could actually expand your margin, or working longer hours just to maintain the illusion of stability. Every choice feels necessary, but it slowly erodes flexibility, freedom, and confidence. You wake up one day realizing that the life you built, carefully following all the advice, is still fragile. And here is the harshest truth. Most people don't see this coming. Because society treats financial struggle like a moral failure, you're taught to feel guilty, to assume you didn't work hard enough or plan well enough, instead of understanding that structural forces income stagnation, rising costs, conditional benefits are actively making it harder to succeed. So when the stress hits, it feels personal. But it's not. You're not failing because of character flaws, you're failing because the system was never set up to guarantee freedom, even if you follow all the rules. This is the invisible lesson no one tells you about money until it is too late. The rules you learn are only part of the picture. Discipline and effort are necessary, but insufficient on their own. Margin, flexibility, resilience, these are the things that actually protect you, that turn money from a source of anxiety into a tool for life. And here's the catch. By the time most people realize it, the pressures are already baked into daily life. Small mistakes feel catastrophic. Unexpected costs feel overwhelming. The mental load feels permanent. So, how do you fix what no one warned you about? Step 1. Acknowledge the invisible pressure. Don't pretend it's just about bad spending choices or lack of effort. Recognize that life's costs are unpredictable, obligations pile up, and the system isn't designed to make your path smooth. Once you see that, the feeling of being trapped starts to make sense. You stop blaming yourself for being exhausted or anxious, and you start looking for practical ways to create space instead. Margin is the secret everyone overlooks, not flashy income hacks, not get-rich-quick schemes, not extreme budgeting challenges. Margin is breathing room, the ability to make a choice without immediate consequence, to absorb a shock without panic, to have a sense of control even when life throws curveballs. Without margin, every expense feels catastrophic. Every unexpected bill feels like it could topple everything. Every decision carries weight, and over time, the weight becomes the background noise of life. Recognizing this is the first step toward changing it. Step 2. Rebuild your margin deliberately. This doesn't mean drastic lifestyle changes or risky moves. It means small, consistent adjustments that reduce pressure, consolidate recurring expenses where possible, negotiate bills, delay non-essential commitments, or create small buffers for emergencies. Every bit of extra space compounds over time. You'll be surprised how minor changes, $50 here, a small adjustment there, can make money feel less like a cage and more like a tool again. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is relief. Step 3. Protect your mental and emotional space. Money isn't just numbers on a screen, it's stress, judgment, and constant background pressure. Automate what you can. Simplify decisions. Reduce friction in day-to-day money management so it doesn't dominate your thoughts. When your mind can rest, your decisions improve. When decisions improve, margin expands. And with expanded margin, you gain freedom you didn't even realize was missing. Step 4. Rethink the story you tell yourself about money. Most people equate income with worth or saving with morality. That mindset keeps you trapped. Stop measuring your life through the lens of enough in dollars. Start measuring it through flexibility, options, and resilience. When your identity isn't tied to a bank balance, pressure eases naturally. You start making decisions from a place of control rather than desperation. And suddenly, even tough financial moments feel manageable. Here's the most important part. All of this takes time. Margin isn't created overnight. Financial stability, emotional relief, and the sense of control you're chasing are built incrementally, habit by habit, decision by decision. Most people quit too soon because the changes don't feel dramatic. But the reality is, slow wins are permanent. Small shifts compound into real security. And real security is what transforms money from a source of anxiety into a tool for life. Remember this: you are not failing. You are not lazy, careless, or broken. You've been operating in a system that wasn't designed to guarantee success, no matter how diligent you were. Understanding that is liberating because it changes the conversation entirely. It's no longer about shame, guilt, or rushing to fix everything at once. It's about clarity, strategy, and small, deliberate actions that expand your options and give you back control. The lesson most people learn too late, and the lesson this video exists to give you now, is simple but powerful. Money becomes a source of stress not because you mismanaged it, but because margin was never part of the conversation. Once you understand that, everything else falls into place. You stop running on the treadmill of effort with no progress. You stop feeling trapped by rules you followed faithfully. And you start building a life where money serves you, not the other way around. This is what no one tells you about money until it's too late. But now you know. And now, you can act.